Hello, I'm Bob Marks, and this is Astrology Now. This is the program for people who want to learn about astrology. Today is quite a day, September the 17th. For one thing, the planet Saturn is going to change signs, and this only happens about every 2 years. Saturn is leaving the sign of Scorpio. All you Scorpios can heave a sigh of relief. It's going into Sagittarius. So if you have anything at all in Sagittarius, but also the opposite sign, Gemini, also the two signs that are 90 degrees apart, Pisces and Virgo, you are going to be getting hit over the next 2 years. Saturn will take any area of your life where there's a problem that you've been ignoring, and it will bring the problem to the surface. Saturn gives you additional challenges. This is why in a previous video I said that Donald Trump was going to have problems. He is a Gemini sun sign, and his moon is in Sagittarius. Saturn will be opposite his sun. All of a sudden, it's like he's carrying a big, heavy lead weight. I predict that for the next few months, his poll numbers will go down, and he will start to tank. Today also, Mercury goes retrograde. That happens 3 times a year. But the fact that Saturn is changing signs just at this time makes it much more significant. And that's not all. That's not all. The planet Jupiter, the planet of good luck and expansion, is now in the sign of Virgo. Well, today, Jupiter goes opposite Neptune in Pisces. Neptune, the sign of confusion, illusion, and delusion. Jupiter opposite Neptune will make people indulge in fantasies. You'll see what you want to see. You'll think everything is wonderful. And then a little while later, you'll wake up and say, wait a minute, I didn't know it was going to be like this. Normally, Jupiter opposite Neptune would have an effect only for a few days. But because this is happening on the day that Mercury turns retrograde, the effect can last for over 3 weeks. It can last all the way into the middle of October. So be very careful with any deals you make. Be very careful with any commitments you make. Be very careful in your relationships, in your business, because things are not going to be what they seem to be. And on top of that, the retrograde Mercury will mean, at the very least, things will have to be done over after October 10th, when Mercury turns forward. Well, Mercury turns forward on the 9th. I always give it an extra day just to be on the safe side. Now, what else is going on here? We're still recovering from the Venus retrograde period. You see, after a planet turns forward again, it goes into what's called a shadow period. You still feel the effects. Venus retrograde at this time has caused a lot of breakups with a lot of relationships, celebrity relationships, especially people born under the sign of Leo, like Ben Affleck and Tom Brady. Well, this is football season. So let's take another look at Tom Brady's chart. You know, his marriage has been a little bit bumpy lately, according to the press. Is that backed up astrologically? Yes, because he is a Leo sun sign. He has quite a chart. He's a Leo sun sign with Libra rising for charm. But he also has the moon in Aries. The moon shows what you're like on the inside. It shows your emotional need. And when your moon is in Aries, your emotional need is for action, action, action. And his moon is in the house of day-to-day work. You know, that's what he does for his day-to-day work. He also has the planet Uranus ruling his house of sports and games. Now, any planet in your horoscope that's in house number 1, right below the rising sign, affects you. He has the ruler of 5, which is romance, creativity, sports, and games, sitting in house number 1. So sports and games are him. Since it's the planet Uranus, that shows that he's able to come at opponents from all sides and always do something unexpected. He's born with Mars in Gemini. And Mars in Gemini, Mars is your action. And again, you can hit the opponents from all sides. You can shift on a dime. They never know what to expect from you. So that's why he's so great on the field. Of course, in the romantic area, it makes him great off the field too, and that, I think, is what can get him into trouble here. His wife Gisele, on the other hand, is a Cancer sun sign. Her moon, the ruler of Cancer, very important to look at your sun sign ruler. Her moon's in Scorpio. This is one tough woman. And at the top of her chart, right at the top, is the planet Mars. You do not mess with her. That's Mars in Libra. And Mars in Libra is great for counterattack. You see, they say Libra is such a peaceful sign. Don't believe it. Aries is the sign of attack. Libra is counterattack. You do not cross her, that's for sure. Her rising sign is Capricorn. And this is why I think that their marriage may be heading for a very difficult time. Pluto is going to go over her rising sign, and that means some sort of change is brewing right now in their relationship. And when the Pluto hits the rising sign, which should be in less than a year, that's big changes coming up in their relationship. Now, how about for Tom? He is born with 17 degrees of Libra rising. The planet Pluto is going to be hitting his rising sign with a square, a 90-degree angle. That also is stressful when it comes to relationships. So he has a big problem coming up because Pluto rules nuclear explosions and volcanic eruptions. And the Saturn in Sagittarius be affecting him at all? The Saturn in Sagittarius will be affecting his Mars. Now, Mars is the ruler of his marriage and partnership house, so that again, his Mars in Gemini, and Saturn will be opposite. That is an affliction. That is, again, a marriage that's coming to a turning point. It's more than that, though. Mars is your energy. Saturn could rule accidents, especially falls, and in his career, he's falling all the time. He has to be extra careful of injuries over the course of this season, especially late in the season as we get towards the playoffs of the Super Bowl. So he has to be very careful. Yeah, this will be hitting him right after Christmas and into New Year's. Now, as far as her chart goes, what is that Saturn going to do? She is born with the planet Venus, which is her love and affection, in Gemini. So yeah, that could be affecting her as well. So both of their relationship is going to be under strain, and they should really take a look at their charts. You know, they should really have their relationship chart done, so they could save, if it's possible to save the marriage. A relationship chart can show you how to do it. You know, it's not enough just to compare the charts of two people. Because so many cases, when you just compare the charts of two people, oh, you're good here, you're bad there, you're good. It won't tell you if the relationship is going to work or not. For that, you have to take a look at a relationship chart. That is the midpoint of your birth dates, birth times, and birth places. If you want a relationship chart done, just go to my website, bobmarksastrologer.com. and go to the relationship chart order section. Okay. Basically, Tom Brady has big problems coming up, not just in the marriage, but also on the field. Again, Tom, be extra careful of injuries starting around Christmas time and going into the playoff season. That's going to be a dangerous time for you. And what are your dangerous times? Well, just go to my website, bobmarksastrologer.com, and order your chart and see what's coming up for you. That's all we have time for today. This is Bob Marks for Astrology Now saying, may the stars be with you.